Yeah.
Yes. Learned Attorney General.
Honorable the Chief Justice of India, Honorable Judges, Supreme Court, Solicitor General of India, Additional Solicitor General, President and Office Bearer of the Supreme Court Bar Association, President and Office Bearer of the Supreme Court Advocates and Record Association, officers and members of Supreme Court Registry, members of the Bar, and family members of late Shri Sharat, Shri Javali, and late Shri Jagdish and Gupta, ladies and gentlemen. Even before Shri Javali moved to Delhi to begin his practice in Supreme Court, he early gathered a pan-India understanding. Born in Pune, initial schooling in Dharwad, completion of schooling in the prestigious Maya College, Ajmer, and graduate in law from Bangalore, he knew what India is. His father was late Sri S.Sri Javali, an eminent senior advocate of the High Court of Karnataka. And granduncle was a former education, his late Dr. D.C. Pawate, and a former vice chancellor of Karnataka University, and also a former governor of Punjab. This genealogy gave Sri late Javali all that is necessary to be groomed into fine and cultured personality. He initiated his law practice in Supreme Court of India in 1964 within 2 years of his enrollment. This was not an easy trek from Bangalore to Delhi those days. He had the privilege of joining the chambers of late Sri S.Sri Gupta, senior advocate, and then the Solicitor General then and later Attorney General for India. He was also a reputed author of Hindu law. Sri late Javali soon established an independent private practice, and practice began flowing. The law reports are replete with cases in which he briefed stalwarts like M.C. Settleworth, M.C. Chagla, Ashok Sen, Vishwanath Shastri, etc. Sri Javali was designated as senior advocate with the full court in 1989 in due recognition of his long standing at the bar. Javali represented Karnataka state in several landmark cases. It is said the Advocate General of Karnataka, then V.S. Malimat, having known the equipment of Sri Javali, persuaded him to appear for the Karnataka before the Krishna Water Disputes Tribunal, headed then by Justice R.S. Bachawat. His tryst with the interstate water disputes is a part of legal history of irrigation of Karnataka. River Kaveri will ever remember him. For over 5 decades, Javali represented the state of Karnataka along with Sri Swali Nariman, Mr. Anil Diwan, before the Kaveri Interstate Water Disputes Tribunal. This association naturally continuing in the legal team in the Kaveri, then Alvamatti Dam dispute, Krishna surplus water, Mahadayi and Kaveri surplus water onwards. Among colleagues, Javali was often mentioned as a Kalaji lawyer, that means a carrying lawyer, for his sense of concern toward the cause and his no-nonsense approach in instilling seriousness by those of timely advice to government whenever required. Beneath his quietness, he was a strategist for excellence in litigation. On the historic ordinance overriding the interim order of the Kaveri Water Disputes Tribunal in 1991, it was likely to be construed as a legislative disobedience and override. He was reported to have said, interstate litigation are like Mahabharata. He meant something good may come out of a constitutional battle, even in a defeat. He was not too far of the reality. True to his discerning mind, the opinion of the Constitution bench was striking down the ordinance, clarified the constitutional position that interstate water based on equality of states. The opinion mitigated the rigors of colonial agreements between the Maharaja of Mysore and the British Madras. He was also a counsel for the Jain Commission investigating the assassination of late Sri Rajiv Gandhi, former Prime Minister of India. Additionally, Sri Javali also appeared for Karnataka in the Belagavi border dispute in the states of Karnataka and Maharashtra before the Supreme Court. He is working with several public service commissions in another chapter of his multifaceted personality. He was in the Union Public Service Commission panel selecting candidates to posts in the Ministry of Law from 1974 to 1980. He was also associated with the Rajasthan and Kashmir Public Service Commissions in selecting candidates to the state judiciary. Shri Javali did not confine himself only to his practice. His contribution to legal education are indeed worthy of mention. He developed a deep connection with the University of College of Law, Dharwad, and the Karnataka University. He then instituted a national moot court competition in memory of his late father, Shri S. C. Javali, in 1997, under the auspices of the College of Law, Karnataka University. It said over a dozen chief justices of India, scores of Supreme Court and High Court judges, and top legal minds have engaged with students and young lawyers in the course's moot competition, which continues to be an attraction today. Following the establishment of bench of Karnataka High Court at Dharwad, Sri Javali donated a huge law library known as the S.C. Javali Legal Research Center, which is benefiting the members of the local bar, who are grateful to Javali for having this beneficent. He served the cause of education beyond Karnataka and was in the management of the Mayor College Beach for several years. And he served with distinction as a member of the Board of Governors, as well as the management of the Delhi Kannada High School, Delhi. He also served as a member of the Academic Council, National Law School of India, University, Bangalore. In March 2014, Mr. Javali was awarded the honorary doctorate in law by the Karnataka University, Dharwad. He was also honored by the Delhi Karnataka Sangha as a distinguished Delhi Kannadiga in the year 2012. In recognition and paying due homage to his honored grand uncle, Sri Javali also helped establish the prestigious Pavate Fellowship in Cambridge University by establishing the Dr. D.C. Pavate Foundation 1999, which supports so many fellows from India in collaboration with Sydney Sussex College, Cambridge University, and Karnataka University. It is said as many as 60 fellows from India have been able to complete their fellowships from Cambridge University owing to this great honor. In October 2024, he was bestowed a rare distinction of chosen as a fellow of Sydney Sussex College, Cambridge University, a rare distinction indeed. Mr. Javali completed 60 years of law practice in 2024 with opportunities to have worked in various branches of law and was thus duly felicitated by the Supreme Court Bar Association in December 2024. Safe but strong, gentle but assertive, persuasive without sound, were his forensic skill, which are disappearing today. I have recollections of 40 years of association. Within him, and admirably was to all, rare are such noble ones. He passed away peacefully on April 26, 2025 in Delhi. He is survived by his wife, Srimati Shalini Javali, daughter Anupama Shankar, settled in USA, son Shri Kirit Javali, a qualified barrister and practicing in this court and Delhi High Court, apart from being an arbitrator. His wife, Dr. Shweta Javali, practicing dentist. Shri Javali had 4 grandchildren. May his soul rest in peace. Shri Jagdish Chandra Gupta. Late Shri Jagdish Chandra Gupta was born in a lawyer's family hailing from Mathura. He graduated from Allahabad University with distinction and acquired a degree in law with similar distinction. He was fortunate to be born in a family of reputation and socially recognized for their contribution, which placed great emphasis on education and family values. He got married in 1966 and started his own family by having 3 sons who imbibed the family values, all well settled in India and abroad. Practicing in Mathura did not whet his appetite. He shifted his practice to Allahabad High Court, and which is the most natural choice for a mind like him, looking for lasting contribution. In a very short span, he established himself in the profession. But then destiny took him to another route. He sat for higher judicial service and qualified credibly owing to perseverance in the family. He gave up his lucrative practice and, true to the familial values, joined the higher judicial service as an additional district judge. He served in this capacity in various districts, Etah, Kanpur, Ghaziabad, and again as district judge in Sultanpur, Dehradun, etc. His distinguished service in the higher judiciary rightly earned him his elevation to the Allahabad High Court in 1996. He remained in the Allahabad High Court till his retirement in 2002. He served the High Court with the equal amount of judicial contribution with many cited judgments to his credit. On retirement, he began his practice as senior lawyer in Uttarakhand High Court and soon thereafter shifted to Supreme Court. He continued his practice almost till his demise. I happened to know him personally, and my barroom library interaction showed his acumen in the legal field and also his deep understanding of Indian thought. He was always keen to extend his service to education and legal education in particular. The fine art of work-life balance was maintained by him with ease. Being born and brought up in Mathura, his religious bent of mind informed his ethical roots and conduct that which ensured his family also imbibed his cultural richness. He was an avid sportsman and during his graduation days and did so till his last, and he was a great cricket fan, following all the matches, local and international, both as a critic and a sense of pride. As a great human being, he will be missed by his family, friends, peers, and others. God grant him eternal peace.
Honorable the Chief Justice of India, Justice B.R. Gawai, Honorable Judges of this Court, Learned Attorney General for India, Learned Solicitor General for India, Law Officers of the Government of India, respected family members of late Shri Sharat Javali and late Shri Jagdish Chandra Gupta, members of the Executive Committee of the Supreme Court Bar Association, Shri Vipin Nair, President SCORA, members and executive committees of SCORA, members of the bar, ladies and gentlemen. From time to time, history bestows upon us individuals whose lives leave an indelible imprint, personalities whose contributions continue to resonate long after their physical presence has departed. Today, we are solemnly assembled to honor the enduring legacy of late Shri Sharat Javali and late Honorable Justice Jagdish Chandra Gupta, and to pay heartfelt homage to their lives of service, wisdom, and integrity. I am deeply saddened by their passing, for they were cherished members of our legal fraternity, with whom we have shared treasured memories over the years. Late Shri Sharat Javali was born on 16th of September 1939 in Pune. He hailed from a family deeply rooted in Karnataka's legal and academic fields. His father, late Shri S.C. Javali, was an eminent senior advocate of the High Court of Karnataka, and his granduncle, Dr. D.C. Pawate, was a Cambridge alumnus, former Vice Chancellor of the Karnataka University and Governor of Punjab. Shri Javali's early education began in K. Board School in Harvard, followed by Mayo College, Ajmer. He earned his BA from St. Joseph's Convent, Bangalore in 1959 and completed his law degree from the Government Law College, Bangalore in 1961. Enrolled with the Karnataka Bar Council on 20th March 1962, he embarked on a remarkable legal journey that began in the Supreme Court of India on 26th of July 1964, joining the chambers of late Shri S.V. Gupta, the then Solicitor General and later Attorney General for India. Under Gupta's mentorship, Shri Javali gained exposure to sensitive constitutional matters and honed his skills in the company of legal legends such as Mr. M.C. Satalwad, M.C. Chagla, and Vishwanath Shastri. Designated as a senior advocate by the Supreme Court in 1989, Shri Javali's legacy is mostly profoundly etched in the annals of interstate water disputes. His tryst with Karnataka's irrigation history began when the then Advocate General of Karnataka, V.S. Malimat, persuaded him to represent the state before the Krishna Water Disputes Tribunal, headed by Justice R.S. Bachawat. Despite the complexity and political overtones of the matter, Shri Javali committed himself to the cause, and his association continued for decades. He was a key member of the legal teams in the Kaveri dispute, in the Almaty Dam dispute, Krishna surplus water, Mahadei, and Kaveri surplus water disputes. Working alongside stalwarts such as Sachin Chaudhary, Fali Narvan, and Anil Diwan, he played a pivotal role in securing Karnataka's equitable share of water to irrigate millions of acres of drought-prone land. Among his peers, he was affectionately called as a Kalaji lawyer, a caring lawyer, whose quiet demeanor belied his strategic brilliance and unwavering commitment to justice. His advice to government officials was often laced with timely wisdom and seriousness. Beyond the courtroom, Shri Javali's contribution to legal education were profound. He maintained a deep connection with Cambridge University for over 30 years and was honored in 2024 as a Fellow of Sydney Sussex College, a rare distinction. In memory of his granduncle, he established the Dr. D.C. Patave Foundation in 1999, which instituted the prestigious Pawate Fellowship in collaboration with Cambridge University and Karnataka University. Over 60 scholars have benefited from this initiative. His commitment to nurturing young legal minds was evident in his 3-decade-long association with the University College of Law, Harvard, where he instituted the S.C. Javali Memorial National Moot Court competition in 1997. His efforts brought about Chief Justices of High Court, Supreme Court, and High Court judges and eminent jurists to Harvard, contributing to the eventual establishment of a High Court bench there. Upon its formation, he generously donated the SC Javali Legal Research Center, which continues to serve the local bar. Shri Javali also served on the Union Public Service Commission panel for selecting candidates to the Ministry of Law and was associated with the Rajasthan and Kashmir Public Service Commissions for judicial appointments. He appeared before the Supreme Court in the Belgavi border dispute between Karnataka and Maharashtra and served as counsel for the Jain Commission investigating the assassination of former Prime Minister Shri Rajiv Gandhi. In December 2024, he was felicitated by the Supreme Court Bar Association for completing 60 years of legal practice. He was also honored by the Delhi Karnataka Sangha in 2012 as a distinguished Delhi Karnataka and received the honorary doctorate in law from Karnataka University in 2014. Described by legal luminary Barry Sen in his autobiography as a lawyer with the values of an old-timer, Shri Javali was known for his Victorian grace, humility, and occasional wit. His style of conversation, though sometimes tinged with sarcasm, was always tempered with grace. He was a mentor to many, including those who sought guidance at the start of their career. His famous quip, everyone wants to catch a fast-moving duck, was a gentle warning to the young lawyers about the challenges of Supreme Court practice without foundational experience. His legacy, as Victor Belfort aptly said, is not what he did for himself, but what he did for the next generation. Shri Javali left for his heavenly abode on 16th of April 2025 in New Delhi at the age of 85. His life and career spanned over 6 decades of distinguished service to the law, judiciary, and the nation. Though originally from Dharwad, he made Delhi his home for over a century. He survived his wife, Srimati Shalini Javali. Unfortunately, because she's on wheelchair, she couldn't come today here with us. Daughter Anupma Shankar, a tax consultant based in the US. Son Kirit Javali, who's present here today, a very qualified barrister and practicing with us in the Supreme Court and at Delhi High Court. Daughter-in-law, Dr. Shweta Javali, a practicing dentist, and 4 grandchildren. He was a personal friend to me, and his loss is indeed a personal loss for me as well as a loss to the entire bar. His passing marks an era, but his legacy will continue to inspire generations of lawyers, jurists, and personal public servants. May his soul rest in peace. Late Honorable Justice Jagdish Chandra Gupta was born on 27th of August 1940 in Mathura into a family of lawyers. Justice Gupta was nurtured in the environment that placed great emphasis on education, discipline, and family values. He completed his schooling in Mathura, graduated from Allahabad University, and earned his LLB degree in 1961. As the third of the 4 siblings, he was fortunate to grow up in a household that instilled in him a deep respect for learning and tradition. In 1966, he married Mrs. Sushma Gupta, a gracious lady from Agra, and together they built a lovely family with 3 sons, Pankaj, Samir, and Sukhant, all of whom are well settled in India and abroad, carrying forward the values of humility, service, and excellence that defined their upbringing. Justice Gupta began his legal career practicing in Mathura before shifting to the Allahabad High Court, where he quickly established himself as a promising advocate. However, guided by the advice of a trusted mentor and driven by a sense of duty, he chose to appear for the Higher Judicial Service examination. Despite the financial sacrifices involved, he opted for public service over personal gain, joining the Uttar Pradesh Higher Judicial Service as an additional district judge on 8th of September 1977. His judicial postings took him across the state, serving in Etah, Kanpur, Ghaziabad as ADG, and later as district judge in Sultanpur, Dehradun, and Ghaziabad, amongst others. His career reached its pinnacle when he was elevated as a permanent judge of the Allahabad High Court on 22nd of March 1996, and he served with distinction until his retirement on 26th of August 2002, contributing significantly to the development of jurisprudence with several cited judgments to his credit. He also served as member of the administrative committee and as admitted administrative judge of various districts, playing a vital role in judicial administration. Post-retirement, Justice Gupta settled in Noida, resumed legal practice, first as a senior advocate in Uttarakhand High Court and later in the Supreme Court. His dedication to the law remained unwavering, and he continued to practice almost until his final days. Justice Gupta left for his heavenly abode on 14th of August 2025, leaving behind a legacy of integrity, wisdom, and service, and a vacuum that is hard to fill. Beyond his professional accomplishment, Justice Gupta was a man of profound personal grace. Rooted in the spiritual ethos of Mathura, he maintained a religious and culturally rich household. He exemplified the art of work-life balance, seamlessly integrating his professional responsibilities with personal devotion and family life. An avid sportsperson in his youth, he remained a passionate cricket enthusiast throughout his life, following both domestic and international matches with keen interest and insightful commentary. Justice Gupta was not only a jurist of high repute, but also a compassionate human being whose warmth and wisdom touched many lives. He will be deeply missed by his family and friends, colleagues, and the legal fraternity. May his soul rest in eternal peace.
My esteemed colleagues, the R. Venkatramani, the Learned Attorney General for India, the Tushar Mehta, the Learned Solicitor General of India, the law officers present, the Vikas Singh, President and Office Bearers of the Supreme Court Bar Association, the Vipin Nair, President and other office bearers of SCORA, distinguished members of the bar, and dear family and friends of Shri Jagdish Chandra Gupta and Dr. Sharat S. Javali. We gather here today with deep sorrow and a heavy sense of loss to pay tribute to two towering figures of our legal fraternity. Dr. Sharat S. Javali was born on 16th of September 1939 in Pune. Though born in Maharashtra, he hailed from Karnataka and belonged to a distinguished family of lawyers and educationists. His father, Sri S. C. Javali, was an eminent senior advocate of the High Court of Karnataka, and his granduncle, D.C. Paute, served with distinction as the Vice Chancellor of Karnataka University and later as the Governor of Punjab. Dr. Javali completed his schooling at K.E. Board School, Dharwad, and Mayo College, Ajmer. He obtained his BA degree from St. Joseph's College, Bangalore in 1959 and his law degree from the Government Law College, Bangalore in 1961. He was enrolled as an advocate with the Karnataka Bar Council in March 1962 and began practice before the Supreme Court of India in July 1964 under the mentorship of Shri S.V. Gupta, senior advocate. During this period, he gained invaluable experience in constitutional and public law matters of great significance. Designated as a senior advocate by the Supreme Court in 1989, Dr. Javali represented the state of Karnataka in several landmark matters. He appeared alongside senior advocate Shri Falli S. Nariman and Mr. Anil Diwan before the Interstate Water Dispute Tribunal concerning the Krishna, Kaveri, and Mahadi river disputes, in which he remained engaged until 2022. Over the years, he also appeared for Karnataka in the Belgavi water dispute and served as a counsel before the Joint Commission probing the assassination of late Shri Rajiv Gandhi. His legal acumen was equally visible on civil side, as seen in the cases such as Syed Dastagir versus T.R. Gopal Krishna Setti and Karnataka Board of Work versus Anjuman-e-Islam, Madris un Diswan, where he demonstrated clarity in navigating complex statutory interpretation. In December 2024, the Supreme Court Bar Association felicitated him on completing 60 years of distinguished practice, a fitting acknowledgement of a lifetime dedicated to the law. Coincidentally, this Sunday we have planted a tree in his memory just across the Supreme Court. Beyond the courtroom, Dr. Javali made lasting contributions to legal education and public service. He maintained a deep association with the University College of Law, Dharwad, and the Karnataka University, where he was instrumental in nurturing future generations of lawyers. Dr. Javali also served on several important public institutions, including the Indian Public Service Commission and the Public Service Commissions of Rajasthan and Jammu and Kashmir. His contributions extended to educational institutions such as Mayo College, Ajmer, Delhi Kannada High School, and the National Law School of India, University, Bangalore. In 1999, he played an essential role in establishing the Dr. D.C. Pavarti Foundation and the prestigious Pavarti Fellowship at the University of Cambridge, which has since supported more than 60 Indian fellows. His alma mater, Karnataka University, conferred upon him an honorary doctorate in law in March 2014, recognizing his outstanding contribution to the legal field. In October 2024, he was also conferred the honor of Fellow of Sydney Sussex College, University of Cambridge, a distinction that reflected international recognition of his scholarly and professional stature. In his passing on 16th of April 2025, the bar and the bench both have lost a jurist of rare distinction, a mentor of generosity, and a man of quiet dignity. He is survived by his wife, Srimati Shalini Javali, his daughter, Miss Anurpapa Shankar, who resides in the United States and is a tax consultant, and his son, Shri Kirit S. Javali, a barrister and a practicing advocate before the Supreme Court of India. His daughter-in-law, Dr. Shweta K. Javali, a practicing dentist. He is also surrounded by his four grandchildren. On behalf of this court and the legal fraternity, we extend our deepest condolences to all members of his family. The legal fraternity mourns the loss of Shri Jagdish. Shri Jagdish Chandra Gupta was born on 27th of August 1940 in Mathura. After completing his legal studies at Allahabad University, he obtained his law degree in 1961 and was enrolled as an advocate in December 1962. Commencing practice at the Mathura bar, his intellect, diligence, and integrity soon earned him recognition at the Allahabad High Court. Guided by his mentor and impelled by a deep sense of duty, Shri Gupta entered the higher judicial service in September 1977, leaving behind a flourishing practice of nearly 15 years. His judicial career was marked by distinction and diversity, serving as additional district and session judge, special judge at Kanpur, additional district judge in Itaha and Ghaziabad, and as a district and session judge in Sultanpur and Dehradun, amongst others. On 22nd March 1996, Shri Gupta was elevated to the Allahabad High Court, where he served with distinction until his retirement on 26th of August 2002. During his tenure, he was associated with more than 500 judgments, many of which continue to be cited for their clarity of reasoning and depth of analysis. Amongst his notable judgments was his separate concurring opinion in the full-fledged decision of Ram Babu Gupta versus State of Uttar Pradesh, where he clarified the scope of magistrates' powers under section 156(3) of the Code of Criminal Procedure. He emphasized the delicate balance between the discretion of the magistrate and the duties of the police, underscoring that investigations must be conducted effectively without compromising judicial oversight. Even after demitting judicial office, Shri Gupta remained deeply engaged with the profession. As a designated senior advocate, he continued to practice before the Uttarakhand High Court and later before the Supreme Court of India, earning enduring respect for his scholarship and experience. Beyond law, Shri Gupta was a man of faith, simplicity, and warmth. A son of Mathura, his life was deeply rooted in spirituality and guided by moral compass. He believed that integrity in public life must be matched by grace and kindness in personal life. He cherished his family, valued relationships, and carried himself with quiet dignity and humility. Despite the demands of his profession, he always found time for those around him, mentoring younger colleagues, sharing words of encouragement, and offering gentle wisdom. A keen sportsman in his student days and an ardent follower of cricket, he retained a youthful curiosity and an infectious enthusiasm for life that never dimmed with age. In every sense, he exemplified how a life of purpose can also be a life of warmth and joy. In his passing on 14th August 2025, we have lost not merely a jurist of stature, but a gentleman of rare grace and character. We are joined today virtually by his wife, Srimati Sushma Gupta, his son, Mr. Pankaj Gupta, Mr. Samir Gupta, and Mr. Sukant Gupta, and his nephew, Mr. Rajat Gupta. On behalf of this court and the entire legal fraternity, I convey our sincere and very heartfelt condolences to the members of his family and to all those who held him dear. May they find comfort in the knowledge that his life and work have left an enduring mark on the institution he served with such distinction. The legal fraternity mourns the loss of Shri Jagdish Chandra Gupta and Shri Sharat Javali, jurists whose wisdom, integrity, and humanity leave an indelible mark. Though no longer with us in person, their legacy endures guiding and inspiring the bar and the judiciary for generations to come. May their souls rest in peace. Though we gather here today to pay our respect to two of the most respected members of this bar, we also take note of a cowardly incident that has taken place at Delhi yesterday. We are all deeply saddened by the tragic loss of life by the car blast that occurred in Delhi on the evening of 10th of November 2025. On behalf of the Supreme Court of India and the entire judicial as well as the legal fraternity of the country, I convey our deepest condolences to the families who have lost their loved ones in this devastating tragedy. Our thoughts and prayers are with all those who are grieving, as well as with those who are injured or otherwise affected. No words can truly ease the pain of such loss, yet we hope that the collective compassion and solidarity of the nation will offer some comfort in this hour of sorrow. In this moment of grief, we stand in solidarity with the bereaved. We reaffirm our steadfast commitment to uphold the rule of law, ensure justice, and safeguard the dignity of every citizen. May the departed souls rest in eternal peace. May courage and solace reach the bereaved family and all those who mourn this irreparable loss. I request all of you to kindly rise and maintain 2 minutes silence in the memory of Shri Sharat, Javali, Shri Jagdish, Chandra, Gupta, and the victims of the Delhi bomb blast.
May I have your lordship's permission to conclude the proceedings of the court?
Court will assemble at 11:20.